caring, intentional excellence.
Constant growth, always improving.
I think Memorial is all three of those things without a doubt.
I have patients tell me all the time, I remember this housekeeper that came in and emptied my trash and them talking to me, or even engineering, just anybody. I think everybody just really cares about the patients that they're seeing, and most people always have a smile on their face.
For me to feel appreciated in what I do, that just makes me want to do it better every day. I'm Jay Sexton. I'm a Cerner Software Systems Engineer, Team Lead. I've been at Memorial for 15 years. I spent the first 4 years in the emergency room as an RN, and then I transferred over to IS, where I've been ever since. I was working at another hospital, and we had a car wreck come into us where the children came to where I worked because of their age, and the parents came to Memorial. And the patient that I had was an 11 or 12-year-old girl, and we were going to transport her and her younger sibling to Memorial to be with her parents. The 12-year-old, who was my patient, didn't know at the time that her mother didn't survive the car accident. I knew that, but I couldn't tell her, so I had to transport her with EMS staff to Memorial, where she was received by her dad, who told her. And I just sat back and watched the ER staff, the doctors, the nurses, everyone, their compassion and their precision in how they handled the whole situation was extraordinary. And it was hard to not just sit back and watch. So that's what I did for as long as I could, and I was very impressed. It wasn't an environment or a culture that I've ever experienced before working anywhere else. And I was just attracted to that right away, and it was not long after that that I sought out a job in the emergency room here at Memorial. I started out as a nurse, which I absolutely loved, and I saw that I could help more people at a time in information systems by helping deliver the best applications for the healthcare staff to work with. So I went back to school and got my degree in computer science, and I combined those two things into what I do today.
The teamwork that I have on my unit and with my coworkers, gets me through the day. My patients that I have are fabulous. I wouldn't change the unit that I'm on. I absolutely love it. People always ask, if you're thinking about doing something different, and I'm always saying no. I love my coworkers, I love my patients, I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. The reason that I think we have such a great team is I never feel alone. I always know that if I have a question, I need help with something, anybody's willing to help me. There's not one person on my unit, and even the other units that float into us sometimes, there's not one person who is not willing to help. That makes a huge difference because, sometimes we're dealing with situations that can be very critical, and patients who, need the, attention and the care right there, and to have somebody there to back you up at all times just makes you feel very comfortable and confident in your position as a nurse.
It's 73 miles from my front door to Memorial's front door. I just point my car on I-55, and it probably knows the route by heart by now. I've put on tens of thousands of miles on a couple of cars. There's positive things on both ends of my commute, so whether it's getting to work and getting to come and see patients and the friends that I've gained here, or going home and seeing my girls or my husband and friends on that end. I love working with traumas. I love the burn unit. There's not many places that have burn units in the country, and so that opportunity I think is a unique one. I love all the ICUs and like I said, the traumas, because they're challenging, but I enjoy working with those populations, and you can't get that everywhere. Close to 20 years ago, I had a burn patient on rehab. He was severely burnt, you know, his face, his hands especially. His hands were so badly burned, and I remember, you know, having to work on his hand therapy forever. Like, I had to actually glue hooks on his fingernails to help him bend his fingers down to a fist because they were kind of freezing up. And he still talks about that to this day, but he can use his hands now in a normal manner, so that's exciting. But he and his wife come and they visit every year, a couple times a year usually, and they always bring us homemade peanut butter fudge. They stop by the burn unit and they stop by the therapy department and they hunt us down, the people like myself that have worked with them. And there's a couple of us all that have been here for that long. And so they come back and they continue to say thank you and look what we're doing, and we're traveling the country with our grandkids, and they also come and they visit with patients on the burn unit and provide support to them. Whenever I see peanut butter fudge, I always think of that family, and I get to benefit a couple times a year with some good treats, so homemade with his hands.
Well, the most important thing to me, I think, is that I know that I'm helping people on a broader scale. If I can make the work easier and safer for clinicians and for patients, then I know I'm doing something that matters, and that's the most important thing to me. Personally, I like the challenge, and I feel like at Memorial I'm fulfilling a career more than just working at a job. I do what I do because it matters. I feel like I'm contributing to something bigger than myself, and I see our outcomes, which is wonderful. I see how well our patients are doing, how we're beating national averages on so many outcomes for our patients, and just the environment in general as an employee. It really is a great place to work. So I'm here because, one, I feel like I'm at home here. I feel like I belong here, and what I do matters.
Thank you for giving me my dad back.
Thank you, Memorial.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just want to say thank you, Memorial.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Memorial.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Memorial.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.